a perfect smile at the Grammys, and a mugshot for doing cocaine, and a car collection that looks straight out of a Fast and Furious movie. Women, fame, money, luxury, drama, betrayals. Brother, this is not a common story, and if you thought you had seen it all, get ready, because what's coming is pure fire. This is not music, it's the birth of an empire. The whole planet learned his name overnight. In 2010, Bruno drops Just the Way You Are, and the whole universe bows down. The most viral song of the year, millions of streams before streaming was even a thing. YouTube blowing up, Spotify on repeat, and even your local bakery was playing the chorus. But that was just the beginning. Then came Grenade, the lazy song, locked out of heaven. Every new track, global trending. Radio stations had him on 24/7 rotation, and even your grandma was humming the hook without speaking a word of English. Bro, this wasn't just music, it was an epidemic. Fans blocking airports, screaming outside hotels, blowing their whole paycheck just for a blurry selfie. You want numbers? He made his first million before turning 25. At that age, most people are still job hunting, and this guy was already on the cover of Forbes. His first world tour was madness. Sold out stadiums, tickets gone in minutes, flashes everywhere. He wasn't just a singer, he was the most explosive show on the planet. In every new song, it was a missile straight to the system. With every hit, Bruno shattered records, took over new markets, and stacked zeros in his account. He didn't come to ask permission, he came to change the game. But not everything at the top is luxury and champagne, because even kings bleed, bro. And Bruno took his hardest hit when he least expected it. 2011, Las Vegas. After a show, he gets busted with cocaine in a casino bathroom. Bro, front page on every newspaper. Shows canceled, brands jumping ship, the whole industry pointing fingers. The press ate him alive. They called him everything. Fake, addict, a broken pop toy. Some people even bet he'd never recover. Bruno, who'd been riding high, had to swallow loneliness and scandal all at once. Friends vanished, contracts froze, his bank account started shaking, and his reputation hit rock bottom. That was the breaking point, bro. The longest night. The moment when everything fell apart and it looked like the empire was about to crumble. But some guys are born not to stay buried. And Bruno wasn't done talking. If he learned anything that night in Vegas, it was this. A king doesn't get buried, he reinvents himself. He comes out of the scandal and lands the deal that changes everything, bro. Warner Brothers puts a contract on the table, over $30 million just for the rights to his next albums. And Bruno doesn't even hesitate. He says yes, demands total control, and starts rewriting history. That's when the madness starts. He drops Unorthodox Jukebox, and in just 1 year sells over 6 million copies. But the real monster is the tour. The Moonshine Jungle Tour pulls in over $156 million, selling out stadiums in 43 countries. Tickets vanished in minutes, bro. Stadium after stadium sold out. Fans camped out 3 days in advance just to catch a glimpse of him. Then comes the Super Bowl, and that's when everything goes nuclear. That one show put him in front of 100 million people in a single night. And just when the world thought it had seen it all, Bruno drops 24K Magic more than $10 million just from that track. Bro, that song didn't just go viral, it straight up hattered everything. The 24K Magic Tour broke every record, over $370 million in ticket sales. Bruno starts raking in cash like he owns the damn money factory. And that's not even all. He lands sponsorship deals with giants. Selvaray Rum, Pepsi, Versace, millions just in endorsements. He starts producing hits for other artists, and every collab brings in six-figure checks. He launches his own brand, invests in businesses, and starts making money in his sleep. Bro, at this point, Bruno's not just an artist anymore. He's a walking corporation, a money-making machine. Everything he touches turns to gold. He's pulling in numbers that make accountants cry. And that's when it hits you. Bruno Mars isn't playing in the Artist League anymore, he's playing in the Empire League. If you thought Bruno Mars only flexed in music, get ready for the wildest part. This guy turned luxury into his own Olympic sport. Bling he wears in his videos, not props, bro. Custom diamond chains, some worth $500,000 each. Cartier bracelets, Patek Philippe and Richard Mille, watches that cost more than most people make in 10 years. And the cars? He doesn't just buy cars, he buys spaceships with license plate, Rolls-Royce Ghost. Pure luxury on wheels, over $450,000. If you need to show up in style, he's always first in line. Porsche Panamera, over $250,000. He drives it to grab bread like he's sailing a yacht through the city. Bugatti, Cadillac Eldorado, because classics never go out of style, and Bruno's got plenty of reasons to show it off. Aston Martin, yeah, just like James Bond, but with more groove and less license to kill. Bro, this guy could host a luxury car expo with just the keys in his pocket. And the wildest part, he swaps them out like other people change sunglasses. And the houses, insane mansion in Hollywood Hills, infinity pool, private cinema, recording studio, and even an elevator just for his guitars. He bought it for $6.5 million, remodeled it to his taste, and now it's worth almost double. But just in case, he's got another spot in Hawaii, right on the ocean, where the sunrise is reserved for millionaires only, and when he wants to escape it all, he heads straight to his private jet. Gulfstream G550, bro. More than $50 million flying over your head. But the craziest part of all, Bruno spends on luxury like life's a video game with unlimited coins. For him, shopping isn't a whim. It's an addiction to power, to flexing, to proving that the Hawaiian kid is no longer the broke boy from the block. Now he's the king of everything he touches. Bruno Mars doesn't just collect platinum records and luxury cars. He's also a magnet for headlines thanks to his love life, bro. But don't get it twisted, this isn't cheap gossip. It's just another part of his empire. His most famous relationship, Jessica Caban, model and actress. They were together for over a decade, practically a miracle in the world of millionaires. But here's the plot twist, they broke up recently. Why? Nobody knows. No statement, no social media drama, not a single public word, just silence and mystery, like the breakup was just another strategic move in his career. And that's how it goes, bro. Even breakups, Bruno handles them with style. Anyone else would drown in the drama. Bruno just hops on his jet, drops another hit, and turns a heartbreak into dollars. Because Bruno doesn't love, he monetizes love. Every Instagram pic is news. Every appearance together sent his fame stock soaring. And now that it's over, the mystery only makes the world watch harder. Bro, here love isn't suffered, it's capitalized. That's why even when it comes to drama, Bruno plays in a whole different league. Bruno Mars didn't reach the top by luck or by having a pretty face. This guy fought his way through an industry that chews up and spits out dreamers every day. They threw dirt on his name, buried him 1,000 times, and every single time he came back tougher, richer, more unstoppable. He didn't show up to fit in, he came to break everything. Today, while others cry for likes, he's signing contracts on the table of his private jet with a drink in his hand and his phone blowing up for another $1 million tour. Bro, the world is full of imitators, but kings, very few, and Bruno Mars doesn't wait for the throne. He rips it out himself. So next time you wonder how a legend is made, look at Bruno and understand one thing. Glory isn't asked for, it's taken. And tell me, bro, if you had the power, would you be just another face in the crowd, or would you dare to break the game? But YouTube thinks you'll like this video on screen, so make sure to check it out if you want to see these over-the-top millionaires. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, my friend.